Hello and welcome back to S Rank, the only home of video games. My name is Ethan. It's been a couple weeks since we last played Metal Gear Solid 2 here on the channel, and we're doing it again. I got to platinum this game on the PlayStation 3 version of the HD collection. We're not even doing the Master Collection. I haven't even booted that version of this game up yet. But Metal Gear Solid 2, we need to do a lot still to catch you up. We need to still get all the dog tags, and then we need to do not all, but a lot of the VR and alternative missions at good rankings. And then there is boss rush mode and all of the Snake's Tales. Played through this game many times already, so we're going to be skipping cutscenes as we go, but we are working on the dog tags for the tanker chapter. And I think, fingers crossed, today we would have enough time to play through two difficulties of Tanker. We still have three left: normal, hard, and extreme. We already have very easy and easy done. And as for the plant chapter, I have very easy done. We need to do four of those, and fingers crossed for that. Maybe one playthrough on each difficulty. Extreme is going to be tough, so I'm probably overestimating my abilities to just do that in one go. But we're playing this game a lot. We're gonna get better and better. I do have off screen here a nice handy checklist of every dude, every guard, and what like room, so to speak, that they're in. I'm going to be referencing this checklist that is not going to be visible. I chose not to make a thing about it. It would have taken too much work. I'm going to be referencing that as we go through this. Each difficulty has slightly more people than before, for the most part. So there's that. Also off screen, I got a new fan. It is on currently at like a medium effort, blowing speed, loudness mainly. Keeping this on because I'm getting warm here. But I do not have the AC on, and this PS3 at some point is going to kick into overdrive on its fan to cool itself down. So we're going to take a break halfway through the program here for like maybe 15 minutes so I can turn on the AC and let this thing cool down. I might even turn it off. You know what I mean? If we're in a good spot for that. Let's begin with the tanker chapter for all of this. And yes, on the channel here, we do a bunch of video game type stuff, and as well as movie reviews on video games themselves. And scheduled out a lot of stuff this morning. Stuff that had already been technically behind the scenes, but they're now visible. A bunch of PlayStation 3 streams for the summer. Next week I have off. I had off half of this week as well. Next week I have off, and we're doing all of the Wonder Book stuff, as well as one bonus game that is similar in the fact that it's an augmented reality PlayStation 3 camera game. But yes, tomorrow is the first Wonder Book game. Got four of those in a row, 4 days of streams. Devin will be joining me for that fourth and final Wonder Book stream, and then the day after that will be this fifth game as well, the Eye of Judgment. So like, subscribe, turn on notifications so you know when we're going live, because some of those times might shift, especially that one with Devin, because I think it'll be too early for him. And also on the channel, the next 3 episodes of the Sonic's Movie Show. One goes up tomorrow at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. I want Radar Type 1. And that's 249, episode 249 goes up tomorrow. It will contain an episode's worth of Devin and I speculating what would be good video game movies. So check that out. I think that was a fun episode. We didn't just pick the easy stuff. We didn't just pick Metal Gear, because this would make a good movie, but also not. 250 is up a week after tomorrow. That one should be visible because it's set to premiere. Every 50 episodes, Devin and I on the Sonic Movie Show podcast do a deep dive on a Sonic game. And for 250, because we've been very busy and very unable to devote a lot of time for research and prep and capturing footage and stuff like that, we decided not to go with another big like tentpole Sonic game. Decided to take it easier with a smaller but still an important and tentpole Sonic game in its own right. The first Sonic game on a Nintendo console, being Sonic Advance for the GBA. So we played through that game and we talked about it for the episode. So that comes up next week on Sunday. And then episode 251, which is not visible, but it is scheduled to go up the week after that, the Sunday after that. I believe that would be the 13th. Is episode 251. David joins Devin and I, and we draft another season of video game movies. I'm not going to spoil which ones were picked, but I think it's a good episode. Check it out. Again, you can like and subscribe and all that jazz. Okay. Take that. Get shot in that. Okay, we have Garrett L. Peters. Garrett L. Peters. I'm going to be pausing after each one of these dudes. And check off the one there. Cool, our first dog tag of the difficulty. Appreciate it. I would also appreciate, again, liking, subscribing, all that jazz. Oh, don't go up there, not yet. Audio doesn't play that big of a factor. Uh, but away from like corner or wall where the dog tag could get stuck. Okay, aim at his head. So weird and a little overly complicated. Pablo Messias? Pablo My Souls. Box to through. Little windows. So yeah, we're gonna be getting all the dog tags and all these dudes. What else am I thinking of? Yes, that episode Sonic Movie Show 251 on the 13th there, and that technically kicks off season 6 of our podcast, even though like we haven't done a refresh of like the branding and imagery. We did that when we changed the channel to S rank. Oh, I don't know if they know where I am or not. I think I've gotten spotted by that dude every single time. All right, we gotta wait. I think we gotta wait till caution goes away before they'll get like, when like before the whole freeze things happens. Oh, and there's also other guys. I don't know if anyone we're gonna go down. PS3 already kicked into overdrive. Fuck, are you kidding me? No, get up. You do have a bandage, right? I thought I pick up a bandage. Let the blood heal. Part of my problem was I was going back to using the analog stick and not just the D-pad. Forget what else I was talking about the channel. Lots of PS3 stuff this summer. That begins tomorrow. Every week, one stream, maybe two. Depends. About 2 hours each on each of these streams. Mainly focusing on PlayStation Move titles I've collected a lot and have barely touched, if at all, a lot of them. Yeah, the armored like reinforcement. Gotta wait for them to leave before we can tackle that last dude. We did a tweet and a Blue Sky post. Yesterday. I did it yesterday. That is the lineup of what games are in it, and just saying that we're doing it. Coming, or they're gonna go inside a door. Yeah, check out our Twitter or Blue Sky. Frame rate dip in there. Okay. Just do this normal style. That's not the... No. Take out the... I'm gonna wait for that dude to walk up to the edge. Okay. Alright, all that for Sunny. All of that for Sunny. Okay, so those are the only three on normal difficulty here on the aft deck. And then now we are going to go into the navigational deck wing. Yeah, there's people everywhere. Try to enter and find someone. Deck B, cruise quarters, starboard. Right. This guy is most likely going to not be scared. Like, do it. Oh, I guess not. He did on easy. Alright, that was Ronan Kim. Kim. Oh. Let's go back downstairs. Oh. I like the texture that they do for the little waterlogged footstep puddle, you know what I mean, things, where it is just a texture forming on the ground and then going away. But it's nice. Such a good looking video game. It knew its scope. Here's the bandage. I thought I saw, like, the box. I guess we just pick it up. Get in there quick. Hide. I have a ration. Don't call me. Forgot the poster is in here. I just naturally go to this locker. We're gonna need that. We're gonna. That's the thing too. We're gonna need to be at full health in order to traverse the banister in the crew debriefing. I sworn there was a way to get him to. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking about the third game. Not what I meant to do. Hey, we're on a higher difficulty, so maybe they'll wake up faster. I don't know if it was this game or just the third game, or it was like, yeah, just doing this wakes him up faster. And again, when we get to the plant chapter, we get the spray, the coolant spray for the bomb defusal stuff. You can use that to wake them up. Come on, Belle, wake up. Yeah, I guess I am. Because now this means I have to come back. Deck A, cruise lounge, and 3 people here. Guy listening on the steps this. Never turn those notifications off. Okay. Should be nice and clean. Jeng L. Valencia. Knock him off the list. Check him off. This guy. Daniel W. Dennison. Right. I think there's another guy down these stairs, right? He's on the radar. All stinky. I know what this is trying to imply. Okay. We know there are two people at least now. That's right, they fixed this. There are two people at least that we need to get the actual USP for. And I know we don't have an infinite amount of ammo, but well, there we go. We got some obligatory. Watch the ice cubes melt a little bit. He's breathing heavy because you're low on height. Oh, you should smash the glass because I know you can shoot these. Actually, great. Go upstairs. Buddy, again, we got this guy. We can run all the way down here. There's even there's a guy up here. Crashing. I got this guy. I think I was too close on him. Too close. I just don't want him in a corner. Because the dog tags can get stuck on in spots where you just can't walk, and then they actually like blink away after a while. It happened to me on my first very easy run on the tanker here. A dude in a corner. This was outside on the outside part of the boat, but still. Jackass. Down to 1Z. Give him a couple seconds here. He'll wake up. See what this dude. Here we go. Wait for him to sit up. Okay, he's scared. What? He didn't. Weird. Alright. Asanori Inui. I believe I pronounced that correctly. Got him. Perfect. Okay, glad we came down here. Is there? Yes, well. Bullets for a gun we don't have. Right, this is the one where a dude only spawns the first time you walk into, or not this room, upstairs. But you walk into that room where the watermelons are. You get the box. That's we'll have to destroy this camera with the USP when we get back. I don't actually have that trophy for destroying the 15 cameras. After crash in here. Okay. Perfect. Just something in my ear. Thing in my ear being wax. I have to be careful about getting this guys here. We're gonna let this guy walk past us. I'm assuming he leaves and comes back into this hallway. Or they're just showing us there's a guy and he's walking right past you, but his actual patrol is in mess hall there. Right now he's standing still just looking around. If that's the case, seems to be the case. Okay. Oh! The door opened and he saw that. Okay, fine. This guy look up at all? Would I be able to crawl underneath without being seen? I don't think he, well, first off, we can still crawl underneath. I didn't know if, like, that changed. Didn't know if you could touch the stuff on the walls. Okay, he's scared. Avio. Oh, we have to crawl back underneath because that camera will see us. You can also obviously shoot, I think they even tell you that in the Coda call. Shoot the fire extinguisher. Get, to get the sensors. Cool. I know the room I can run straight up. Camera. Oh. He starts a patrol once you enter the room. Gotta remember this guy. So there was this guy. There's the one way downstairs where the lockers were. Was it Stinky? Take a look. Yes, it was Stinky. I'll take this. Killed the Marines. Very sad. Alright. Now, what should happen is we walk into this room here, and that spawns a guy. Yep, he's immediately coming. Him walking up the stairs. And him immediately going back down. We also need the USP for him. Okay, 2 guys here. It's keeping track of these guys, which is going to be annoying, but at least for the plant chapter, you start off with a USP. That's not an issue there. I guess the issue is just making sure you don't actually. Well, it doesn't matter if you kill him. But you don't have the silencer right away, I guess. Alright. 2 jabronis at least. 2 jabronis. Captions read that as future brownies. Boss fight. Right. Boss fight time. Love that you can just press triangle to skip all of that. Just realized I did not have the audio for this running. That's okay. Not much is really all that is missed. Not that big a deal. I didn't check the levels. I never check the levels.
I've been with the unit since I was born. I grew up on the battlefield. Conflict and victory were my parents.
This boss fight is just
the unit is my life, my family. We've shared everything, all the bad and all the... I have no one, nothing except the unit. Nothing else matters to me.
Gotta get your cover out of the way.
Whoever you are, you're not stopping us. Okay. Get grab her dog tag as well. Let's pick her up.
Otacon.
Yeah, we'll take that. Alright, we have an empty USP. Should be a guy coming out of this door. Oh.
Freeze.
Okay, good. There we go. I thought for a second there that one might not be possible to pick up. That guy's name was Samuel. Check off Olga. Perfect. Not that we'll really ever need that box. Fun to get anyway. And then I always forget, is there anything actually up here? There wasn't before, but like the later higher difficulties put something up here. Maybe there's a guard that's up here at some point. You know what? Maybe it's because I never walked all the way up here. I think that's actually what happened. I think I pressed circle here. Or X. Okay. There was stuff up here. I just wasn't ever paying attention. Yeah, because I walked up to this one. I was like, oh, there's nothing here. Whatever. Break the thermal goggles. Cool. I actually have a silenced USB. Some ammo for it. Like some. Oh, I forget that like you can walk and run with the D-pad depending on how deep you press on those buttons. My first time playing through this game, I did not know that the PS2 and PS3 base buttons, like all the buttons, were pressure sensitive. Like maybe start and select aren't. No, they are. You can feel them. They have a deeper press. I didn't know that. So like things like the aiming with the gun, especially with like the automatic weapon. It's how come sometimes I press the button and it fires automatically, and other times it doesn't. It's because like I'm not pressing them deep enough, or like I'm letting go too lightly. But that is the whole point. But I never knew that. The game should have. The game's never said that. You know what I mean? That was definitely like a use the manual type of thing. But the game's never said that. Alright, so now we don't actually need to put people to sleep. Unless we don't want them to die. Which usually could happen by accident. And we need to get, Guy's gonna leave, right? No, he's just... Or is that the same guy? You don't want to accidentally kill anyone.
Who's that?
Seriously?
Enemy sight. Requesting backup unit.
Easiest way to restart the room is just die. I didn't think he would see me on the floor. Fall out of his vision.
Snake, respond! Snake! Snake!
Shoot up.
Oh. What's that? Oh. What's that? Who is that?
I don't know if that'll count or not. Wow. Maybe they don't want guards in that room. Okay, so we're able to shoot out that camera. Sneak in, we'll get him.
Oh. What's that? Freeze. No! Ah! If you're going to shoot, then shoot me. Please don't. Please don't.
go. Okay, Brad. We got Brad's dog tag. Where's Brad? There's Brad. Alright, now I'm pretty sure that this guy we've gotten before is just he was the one on the south side.
Freeze!
If he doesn't drop...
Don't kill me!
Yeah, if he doesn't drop...
Die!
Yeah, we got more. I'll take that chaff grenade. Not much. Oh, I should have grabbed that body. He's gonna raise an alarm.
Huh? Got one. Everyone, watch your back.
Send a replacement guard for the area.
Understood. Backup squad to deck D.
Okay.
Guard at the galley area.
Run caution. I should have grabbed that body. Dragged him in. Walk into... No, look it. It does. Not be crawling. I got lucky there.
Attack team, come back at once. Guard team, stay alert.
No! Counter requesting back.
You know what? We're doing that. Screw it. Restarting.
What's going on? Snake!
I shouldn't use that one dog tag, but we're gonna just...
Freeze! No! If you're going to shoot, then shoot. Please don't. Please don't. Ah! Hmm? Who's there? Freeze! Ah! Hey!
This guy. I wonder if he'll see the blood. Don't you
Freeze!
dare. Don't you dare.
Are you going to shoot me?
Yeah.
No!
Hey, James. Room. Okay. There should be 2 more people that we know we needed to have the USB for. And, I'm seeing 1 guard here that appears after the Olga fight. Might literally be... guy.
There's somebody there.
Prep. What?
No, wait, that. It's the other. I need.
We're gonna pretend that didn't happen. Maybe it's on the hard difficulties where they keep the alert going.
Freeze.
Got a dog tag. James I. Bartiel. He was the guy I was just mentioning. Okay. Gross. Gross blood.
Freeze.
Have anything? Guy in the lockers downstairs. Oh, and Stinky. I forget that they're connected.
Freeze. Freeze. Huh? What are you? Don't kill me.
Yes, I will. Seth T. Hay. Alright, we got him. Let's grab the guy in the lockers downstairs. Actually, we're level with him. Oh yeah, no, he is this guy. Hopefully he's not spawned in a way where we need to immediately hide. I don't think they work like that.
Hmm? There's somebody there. Freeze. Are you going to shoot me?
You don't actually have to shoot them. I always shot a hand to let them know I'm in business. Daniel Kukan. Okay, there is less than 20, but over 15. I think actually it might actually be 15. Dudes left to do. Okay, well, we are going downstairs.
Huh?
That's right, that guy only appears. He was the guy who was sitting on the stairs listening to music before, but that guy only appears when you enter from that door. He's not going to appear when you enter from the stairs. Right. We are in the engine room. There is this first initial guy right there behind the door.
Freeze. Move!
And then it'll be gone forever.
don't!
Buddy, I won't. It feels very weird to like actually be killing these people. UG, but it's just a lot more hassle to let them live. A lot more hassle. Oh, right, I forgot about this scene. I think Snake's actual shadow blocks it. Oh yeah. That would be a neat little thing. No?
Who's that?
Oh, okay.
Enemy sighted. Requesting backup unit.
And I don't want to knock them off the ledges. Dive through the door into the corner.
Return to your positions. Increase security. Understood. Search team to deck A, port side.
Of course, it is at that level. Never knew you could do that.
Attack team, come back at once. Guard team, stay alert.
Just like basic algebra. Alright. Try that again. I didn't realize I'd be falling down that far and not getting the opportunity to grab a ledge. I guess wasn't paying attention.
Freeze! No! Please don't.
Buddy. R1, okay. Okay. Had to double check to make sure it's connected.
Freeze!
Don't.
What? When I shot in the air, did that... Did that actually hit him? That would be the case. That would be the case. Three also where you could like pick the guys.
Freeze!
Don't kill me.
Won't actually kill you. Henning Roden. This man's name. Henning Roden. There we go. Alright, there are still 3 more people here. Great, there should be a guy. Yeah. Okay. Guy just basically stands still. That we're looking for.
Freeze! Just try to pull the trigger. Shoot!
Don't shoot.
Okay. Marcelo. This is a lot longer than I remember. You have to smash that, oh, wait. Room is a little confusing, visually.
Who's there?
I am... You're going to sleep. We'll come back. Take care of this other guy first.
Freeze!
Okay, Simon. Call him Simone. Simon. Pick a guy up, put him back down. Alright, we are going to drag him out of this hallway. His dog tag will not find him with this.
Freeze.
Don't kill me.
That thing was stuck in his eye. Hayden. Hayden. Alright. There's one more missable guy. Coming out of that door down there. We're actually going to interrupt his radio.
Freeze.
Get that whole section. Thank you, Zane. Thank you very much for your dog tag. Alright. The room where the shootout happens still has 3 guys. That first guy still has night vision goggles. Alright, we're on normal. So approach hearing. Put on thermal goggles. They really want to like ensure that you know what you're doing here.
Snake!
Blowing box. Oh, right, we have the infinite ammo bandana. Forgot about that. Oh, and it's longer. The flower. Okay.
Verrazano Bridge checkpoint passed. All non-essential personnel report to the holds in 10 minutes' time for the scheduled briefing session with the Commandant. You are ordered to continue manning your posts until that time.
Oh, wait. Jeez. Okay. Wait for him to pass. funny if he just stays there. Like, not funny, weird, but seriously, he is just gonna stay there?
Freeze!
Hiromasa. Watanabe. Watanabe is a pretty common surname, I think, right? I've definitely heard that before in fiction. And this should be... and...
Freeze!
Or as you can hear that.
Don't kill me!
On your night vision goggles on, soldier. Kieran. Man. Gotta be so cool to know if you're one of the people that won the contest or whatever to get your name here to be like, yep, that's me.
Nothing. Freeze! No! Please don't.
Don't worry, buddy. Hirokazu. Hirokazu? Alright, the rest of the dudes that we have to get are Marines. There are 3 of them in Hold 1, 2 of them in Hold 2, and 3 of them in Hold 3. And what's annoying about the whole thing is the timer. Excuse me, the timer for the speech. I've actually never let it run out. I know it does its pauses and it's not as... it's longer than it appears. I guess I've never let it run out, so I don't know if, like, you get a game over or if he just keeps going indefinitely. I don't know. But what's annoying is that there are still the 2 guys from the easy mode difficulty where you need to just shimmy across the banister. Problem is the way this setup works is that whenever you get a game over, it's going to load you to the last farthest hold room that you reached, which we are going to reach right away. Which means we need to go there, probably, like, take the photos right away. So there's 3 guys in Hold 1. Maybe we get those 2 guys in Hold 1 first. Then climb back up the ladder, shimmy across, get the 3rd guy, go through the doors. You can't really interact with Hold 2 from the banister or balcony. Go to the Hold 3, get that dude. And then I guess take the photos, get the other 2 dudes there, and then go back to Hold 2. There's no other notes. So I'm wondering if these guys are easier to get. Because there were ones where it's like, yeah, it's just one of the regular ass dudes. Now you need to, like, trank a bunch and then drag, like, lure him out. We have enough rations so that we'll be at full health. Thankfully. Extra one just in case. I think my problem with the movement why analog stick with this game is it is a bit too sensitive. Very easy. Well, it was normal mode, but the act was very easy.
Snake, are you...
You're all familiar with the
Okay, Snake. Let's go over...
At the moment,
Cool. Axed that out.
every industrialized nation on the globe knows
That's
the
not what I meant.
specifications for Metal Gear. Worse yet, so do a number of rogue states. They are all working on deploying their own Metal Gear force to compete with the U.S.'s nuclear strike capability. The world is about to see a swarm of these Metal Gear
I don't
derivatives.
know which ones,
We initiated development of Metal Gear Ray
the
as a
dog
countermeasure
tags.
to these pirated weapons forces. The only thing that can stand up to a Metal Gear is, of course, another Metal Gear.
thankfully we have infinite ammo.
With Ray, the hundreds, if not thousands, of Metal Gears that exist all over the world are no longer a threat. The blind rush to nuclear proliferation will be contained, and it will be the Marine Corps and our Ray that will accomplish this. This weapon will render all other Metal Gears obsolete. Nations building up their own Metal Gear force will think twice about their nuclear strategy in the light of the military dominance spelled out by Ray. The
Freeze.
shift in the balance of power will mean a new world order, and we,
Freeze.
the Marine Corps, will play a central role in its military affairs. Some say that the strategic importance of aircraft carriers will be reduced by the completion of Ray. The opposition from the Navy is an undeniable fact. There is a lot of pressure from Navy brass, especially those with submarine and air backgrounds.
Freeze.
Not to mention interference from a major player.
Have one too? Or not
But
have
this
one?
project is vital to the Marine Corps.
Okay.
The enemy is sometimes closer to home than you think, gentlemen. Always bear that in mind. Ours is not the only military project devoted to Metal Gear development, but it cannot be more different in nature from the Navy's. Theirs is a program that will add fuel to the
Oh, okay. Didn't expect that. You woke up.
Snake,
Well,
respond!
regardless, it wasn't those two
Snake!
guys. It was the
Snake!
Trans guy. It was the Trans guy before. Let me scroll up on. That was who it was before. Who it was before. You know what?
At the moment,
Bro.
every industrialized nation on the globe knows specifications for
Second.
Metal Gear.
Balcony here.
Worse yet,
Let's
so do a
strike
number of
everyone.
rogue states.
I mean, every.
They are all working on deploying their own Metal Gear force to compete with the U.S.'s nuclear strike capability. The world is about to see a swarm of these Metal Gear derivatives. We initiated development of Metal Gear Ray as a countermeasure to these pirated weapons forces. The only thing that can stand up to a Metal Gear is, of course, another Metal Gear. With Ray, the hundreds, if not thousands, of Metal Gears that exist all over the world are no longer a threat. The blind rush to nuclear proliferation will be contained, and it will be the Marine Corps and our Ray that will accomplish this. This weapon will render all other Metal Gears obsolete. Nations building up their own Metal Gear force will think twice about their nuclear strategy in the light of the military dominance spelled out by Ray. The shift in the balance of power will mean a new world order, and we, the Marine Corps, will play a central role in its military affairs.
Every guy.
Some say that the strategic importance of aircraft carriers will be reduced by the completion of raids. The opposition from the Navy is an undeniable fact. There is a lot of pressure from Navy brass, especially those with submarine and air background. Not to mention interference from a major player. But this project is vital to the Marine Corps. The enemy is sometimes closer to home than you think, gentlemen. Always bear that in mind. Ours is not the only military project devoted to Metal Gear development, but it cannot be more different in nature from the Navy's. Theirs is a program that will add fuel to the uncontrolled fire of nuclear proliferation. It is a fact that players in favor of such a policy are attempting to derail our
Let's see
own
if
raid
this
project.
works.
But
How's
I
it going?
promise you that
Trying
they
to
will
get all
not
these dog
succeed.
tags, and I'm pretty sure dude with no
I have a
pants
daughter.
on.
It is my greatest wish never to have her or her children experience the horror of nuclear war.
Leave.
As a father, I want to leave a better world for the future generations.
That's the thing though, can
As
I
a soldier,
I'll have to lure him out with the magazine, because I'm pretty sure if you bump into oh wait, that would be under weapons. Pretty sure if you bump into any of them,
I know that is
they're
my
going to just wake up.
Metal Gear Ray is amphibious. Unlike the Army's Rex, it can cruise deep underwater, move in undetected, and make its landing on any shoreline. Its
Let's see if one of the other guys is it first.
onboard joint tactical
Looks like these
information
guys aren't gonna wake up
distribution
at all.
system identifies targets with unerring accuracy and takes them out with massive firepower. It is the ultimate weapon, and it is yours to guard. I'd like you all to think about what that means. I have a daughter, and it is my greatest wish never to have
This
her
guy
or her
first, 'cause he'll
children
probably see.
experience the horror of nuclear war. As a father, I want to leave a better world for the future generation. As a soldier,
Freeze.
I know that is my duty.
The only
Freeze.
annoying thing about this, about the Marines here, is that the holding down L1 to keep
Keep repeating myself.
the
Up to old age.
Ivan, to keep the aim directly on them doesn't work on the Marines. That was Ivan. Okay.
This new model of Metal Gear is codenamed Ray,
guy.
after the Great Manta.
Close enough.
Our Ray has a sting
Freeze.
that nature never gave the Manta. With this latest Metal Gear, we can rule
this
the
guy had
sea
one.
and
He had a
land as we've
sparkle on his
never had
chest.
before.
He did. Okay. Perfect. Cool.
Snake, are you okay?
I got the dog
Snake!
tag anyway.
Snake!
I got them anyway. No need to get them again. They carry over. And actually, you know what? That's fine.
At the moment,
because that means
every
we're
industrialized-
going to...
The nation on the globe knows the specifications for Metal Gear. Worse yet, so do a number of rogue
Keep it
states.
moving. You know, we saved time that way.
They are all working on
Perfect.
deploying their own Metal Gear force to compete
I'll
with
say I
the
meant to
US's
do that.
nuclear strike capability. The world is about to see a swarm of these Metal Gear
Ed gets to move
derivatives.
essentially as soon as we get to him.
We initiated development of Metal Gear Ray as a countermeasure to these pirated weapons forces. The only thing that can stand up to a Metal Gear is, of course, another Metal Gear.
Freeze.
With Ray, the hundreds, if not thousands, of Metal Gears that exist all over the world are no longer a threat.
Robert. Okay, let me check him off. Alright, that's hold 1 complete. So there are 2 dudes on normal in hold 2. We're gonna have to get them last. There are 3 dudes in... That's 4 fingers. 3 dudes in hold 3. One of them is down this way. The other 2 are at the
The
front.
blind nuclear proliferation.
It does not. This does
This
not
weapon
mention.
will render all other Metal Gears obsolete. Nations building up their own Metal Gear force will think twice about their nuclear strategy.
Does not
in the light of
mention
the
having to
military
lure
dominance
any of
spelled
them.
out by Ray.
So I'm assuming it is not the guard in the middle of the pack in the front.
The shift in
front,
the
front
balance
of
of
the
power
middle.
will mean a new world
That should
order.
be easier.
And we, the Marine Corps, will play a central role in its military affairs. Some say that the
Just
strategic
barely
importance
enough.
of aircraft carriers will be reduced by the completion of raid. The opposition...
Barely enough. Guy like right here, just watching. Yep. Still has to load.
Not to mention
Yeah, it is a guy right here.
interference from a major player. But this project is vital to the Marine Corps. The enemy is sometimes closer to home than you think, gentlemen. Always bear that in
He doesn't have his
mind.
pants.
Ours is not the only military project devoted to Metal Gear development. But it cannot be more different in nature
You get too
from
close
the
to him
Navy's.
sometimes.
There's a program that will add fuel to the
Alright,
uncontrolled
I
fire.
thought that said David Dumper. David C. Trumper. Okay. Alright. Alright, I'm already not seeing one guard who it was before. Just essentially just to the right and north of those stairs. All of these guys don't have pants on.
Of nuclear proliferation. It is a fact
Cool, you get to
that
take a
players
fire
in
pole.
favor of such a policy are attempting to
no, he is
derail
here.
our own raid project. But
Heck. Shot the wall and that woke him up and then he saw me? How that works?
Snake, respond!
I love, I
Snake?
know I skipped that scene, but I love how it cuts to as if, like, you were in the middle of the room. Like, in the sea of them. Like, yep, you were just crawling through. Someone said, what the hell?
interference from a major player.
That's what it implies. It's kind of
But
funny.
this project is vital to the Marine Corps.
Also, I've
the
never
enemy is
killed
sometimes
any of these
closer to
Marines,
home
or at
than
least
you
I've
think,
never
gentlemen.
shot any of them
Always
with
bear that in mind.
USB. Would the game give you a
Ours
game
is
over
not
for
the
that?
only military project devoted to Metal Gear development, but it cannot be more different in nature from the Navy's.
Why am I...
Snake, respond!
Why is that?
Snake! Snake!
Huh. There's a suppressor on it. And that
Not to
hit the
mention
far back
interference from a
wall,
major
so it's not like
player.
it hit the wall
But
next to
this
him, he
project
hears
is
it and
vital to
then
the
sees.
Marine Corps.
That's
The enemy is
strange.
sometimes closer to home than you think, gentlemen.
That red
Always bear that in
is a little
mind.
hard to see. Fireman.
Ours is not
Alright, I
the
think I should
only
just be
military
freeze.
project devoted
Yes.
to Metal Gear development, but it cannot be more different in nature from the Navy's.
Okay.
Theirs is a program that will add
Drag him
fuel
back,
to the uncontrolled fire of
because we
nuclear
have to be
proliferation.
able to
It is a fact that players in favor of such a policy are attempting to...
and again, because I held down L1 that whole time, because
Stop
these aren't
kidding around.
technically enemies.
Snake?
Or I don't know why. Snake doesn't keep the lock on. Normally you
Not to
can hold
mention
L1
interference
down
from
to walk while
major player.
aiming.
But this project is vital to the Marine Corps. The enemy
Yeah, I
is
can do
sometimes
this.
closer to home than you think, gentlemen. Always bear that in mind.
And it should auto-lock onto enemies.
Ours
For
is
whatever
not
reason,
the
it doesn't do
only
that to the
military
Marines.
project devoted to Metal Gear development, but it cannot be more different in nature from the Navy's. Theirs is a program that will add fuel to the uncontrolled fire
Man, I
of
gotta be
nuclear
fast.
proliferation. It is a fact that players in favor of such a policy are attempting to derail our own
Okay.
raid programs.
Oh no, it's working.
But I promise you that they will not succeed.
Perfect. Jode, we'll take the photo here. Gotta make sure it's the camera, not the digital camera.
You must be
Good.
Let's do a little
Alright,
stretching,
now I
shall
don't
we?
know who the last one is.
Left, up,
No, they weren't looking.
right.
Freeze.
Let's continue.
Ooh, I think it is this guy.
I have a
Yes,
daughter.
it is. Awesome.
And it is my greatest wish never to
Okay,
have her.
Micah. Micah. That's all 3 guards in hold 3. We need to go back to hold 2. There's no notes for these,
Or her
so it
children.
can't be
Experience the
it's
horror
on
of
easy. There
nuclear-
was a dude right in the front of the pack, and you needed
Metal Gear
to
Ray
put a
is
bunch of them to
amphibious.
sleep.
Unlike the Army's Rex, it can cruise deep underwater,
What do you think?
move
Put
in
boxes
undetected,
down
and make
the
its landing on any
You're
shoreline.
not just immediately visible. Must be 2 of these random guards.
Its
They had to put
onboard
like the
joint
front 2
tactical
rows to sleep,
information distribution
and then
system.
sidle against the wall, and then throw a magazine on the floor, and then quickly try to sidle back and hide behind a box, and then lure him again. At least that's what I did.
Identifies targets with unerring accuracy.
Forgot about the noise. And so now what's gonna happen? What happens now is that puts us on the balcony on
Snake,
hold 3.
respond!
That is the
Snake!
furthest we got. That's where the checkpoint is. Because why would you go back? Tell you why we would go back.
Not to mention interference from a major
So let's put
freeze. But this project is vital to the Marine Corps.
take the fire pole
The
down.
enemy is sometimes
We're
closer
just
to
gonna
home
put
than you
him,
think,
you
gentlemen.
know, whatever this
Always
dude's
bear
name was,
that
to
in mind.
sleep.
Ours is not the only military project devoted to Metal Gear development.
Should
It cannot be
able-
more different in nature from the Navy's. Theirs is a program that will add fuel to the uncontrolled fire of nuclear proliferation.
My photo save. Do I need to run back and take the photo again? I was gonna take a photo here. I want to find. I'm sure it's up on like Internet Archive, but Konami had put out a Windows, I guess XP at the time, but a
any
Windows
codec moments from you,
application
Snake?
that overlaid
first one I'm seeing is-
onto Windows screen this type
This is
of UI.
great. The Marines lettering.
I want to find that and see if I can get it to run. 'Cause I remember as a kid, Metroid Zero Mission, Game Boy Advance
It is a
game,
fact that players in
Nintendo
favor of such a
did the
policy
same
are
thing, and I had that installed.
attempting to derail our own raid.
It was dumb, but kind of fun.
I have a daughter,
Fun.
and it is my greatest wish never to have her or her children
These like front
experience
guys.
the horror of nuclear war. As a father, I want to leave a better world for the future generation. As a soldier, I know that is my duty.
Okay. The frame rate dies here. I wonder how the Master
This
Collection
turned out to be
fares.
longer than expected.
Like,
At ease, rest a little.
or is it just inherent to how the game's logic is running? Where like just brute force of a CPU isn't enough. Also, we checked the computer and I didn't actually do the thing I said I was gonna do. Have the bandana on.
Getting back to the topic at hand. Metal Gear Ray is amphibious. Unlike the Army's Rex, it can cruise deep underwater, move in undetected, and make its landing on any
What
shoreline.
else do I need to put this?
Its onboard joint tactical information distribution system identifies targets with unerring accuracy
Measure.
and takes them out with massive firepower. It is the ultimate weapon, and it is yours to guard.
Freeze.
I'd like you all to think about what that means.
Again, doesn't turn around quick enough. Doesn't turn around quick.
Stop kidding around. Snake?
Yeah, after this
Not to
play
mention
through
interference
here on
from
the
a major
tank
player.
projector, you're gonna take
Freeze.
that
But
break
this
I
project is
mentioned.
vital to
So
the
I
Marine Corps. The
turn
enemy
the
is
AC
sometimes
on. It gets
closer to
really
home
loud
than you
here.
think,
We
gentlemen.
just blow out the
Always bear
microphone.
that in mind.
Turn the AC on and cool this PS3 down because
Ours
it
is
is
not the only military project devoted to Metal Gear development.
that
It
fan is
cannot
so
be more
loud right
different in nature from the Navy's.
Did I wake him back up? I don't understand.
Snake, respond. Snake?
I think I shot the wall and triggered all of them to hear me. I don't know.
Not to mention interference
You know what?
from a major player.
Let me try something.
But this project is vital to the Marine Corps.
You
The enemy is sometimes closer to home than you think,
Oh,
gentlemen.
that's not one of the
Always
ones
bear
you
that
can-
in mind. Ours is not the only military project devoted to Metal Gear
You know
development.
we can walk all the way
Cannot be
around.
more different in nature from the Navy's. Theirs is a program that will add fuel to the uncontrolled fire of
Like
nuclear
through the back,
proliferation.
go all the way around.
It is a
All right, we just need these
It is a
two
fact
dog
that
tags.
Players in favor of such a
gonna
policy
hope
are
it's not
attempting
these
to
front
derail
guys.
our own raid project. But I promise you that they will not.
Snake, are you okay? Snake!
I
Snake!
saw the camera on the floor. I'm like, alright, I'm gonna step around this. And that guy saw me anyway. Because it was unrelated.
Not to mention interference.
You know what? Because the
from a
guys
major
that I'm
player.
thinking have the dog
But
tags
this
on the left
project
side
is
of the
vital to the Marine Corps.
why don't we just run
The enemy
all the way around?
sometimes
Is there a
closer
fire
to
pole
home
we
than
can
you
do
think,
that
gentlemen.
with?
Always bear that in mind. Ours is not the only military project devoted to Metal Gear development, but it cannot be more different in nature from the Navy's. Theirs is a program that will add fuel to the uncontrolled fire of nuclear proliferation. It is a fact. Players in favor of such a policy are attempting to derail our own raid project.
Okay, you
Snake,
clearly
you
fall and
okay?
die.
Snake! Snake!
But I think there was a ladder. I think there was a ladder.
Not to mention interference from a major player. But this project is vital to the Marine Corps. The enemy is sometimes closer to home than you think, gentlemen. Always bear that in mind.
I like how it's
Ours
just a
is not the
significantly
only
longer
military
bandana.
project devoted to Metal Gear
I think it
development.
goes down to like his
Cannot be
knees.
more different in nature from the Navy's.
But the physics on it are
Theirs
like,
is a program
this
that
is
will add fuel
just
to the
fast enough to
uncontrolled
keep
fire of
it
nuclear proliferation.
from being succumbed to gravity.
It is a fact that players in favor of such a policy are attempting to derail our own raid project. But I promise you that they will not succeed. I have a daughter, and it is my greatest wish never to have her or her children experience the horror of nuclear war. As a father, I want to leave a better world for the future generation. As a soldier, I know that is my duty. Metal Gear Ray is amphibious. Unlike the Army's Rex, it can cruise deep underwater, move in undetected.
Oh, to go down
Its
and back
onboard
up.
tactical
This is not
information
what I was
distribution system
expecting to have
identifies
to do.
targets with unerring accuracy and takes them out with massive
We have a lot of
fire.
time left.
It is the
This is
ultimate
really just
weapon,
to
and it is
find the
yours
two
to
guys
guard.
because we'll have those dog
Like
tags
you
and we
all to
can
think about
restart
what that means.
the checkpoint, hit the photos. That
I have a
takes a
daughter,
minute.
and it is my greatest wish never to have her or her children experience the horror of nuclear war. As a father, I want to leave a better world for the future generation.
Just say this.
As a soldier, I know that is my duty.
Okay. We're in Hold
I seem to
1.
be repeating myself. Chalk it up to old age. This new model of Metal Gear is codenamed Ray, after the great Manta Ray. Our Ray has a sting that nature never gave the Manta. With this latest Metal Gear, we can rule the sea and land as we never have before.
Place to hide. Alright, whatever.
George
I
Sears
don't think I've ever
rendered his presidency in
done
the
that before.
aftermath of Shadow Moses. The official reason given did not, of course, include the development of Metal Gear Rex and next-generation nuclear warheads. But even you will have heard rumors that he was forced to resign after the failed cover-up cost him his influence in the political community. The
Yes.
Metal Gear
Oh,
Rex
some of them that
development on
work.
Shadow Moses was...
I was like, there's a chance that will work. I gotta give it a
The
shot.
Metal Gear Rex development on Shadow Moses was supposedly the first preparatory measure taken against the future possibility of reduced nuclear defense capability. NMD technology leaked to other nations would make that contingency likely. But if this theory...
I've tried to go around until he crawled.
Snake, you okay? Snake! Snake!
Waste of time.
Not to mention interference from a major player. But this project is vital to the Marine Corps. The enemy is sometimes closer to home than you think, gentlemen. Always bear that in mind. Ours is not the only military project devoted to Metal Gear development, but it cannot be more different in...
What's going on? Snake! Snake!
Alright.
Not to mention interference from a major player. But this project is vital to the Marine Corps. The enemy is sometimes closer to home than you think, gentlemen. Always bear that in mind. Ours is not the only military project devoted to Metal Gear.
It'd have to be a headshot.
What's going on? Snake! Snake!
Like the 20th time got caught in this
Not to mention
section. I
interference
was
from
not expecting this to
a
be the
major
case.
player. But this project is vital to the Marine Corps. The enemy is sometimes closer to home than you think, gentlemen. Always bear that in mind. Ours is not the only military project devoted to Metal Gear development, but it cannot be more different in nature from the Navy's. Theirs is a program that will add fuel to the uncontrolled fire of nuclear.
I gotta
It is
find
a fact.
these
Players in
guards.
favor of such a policy are attempting to derail our own Ray project. But I promise you that they will not succeed. I have a daughter, and it is my greatest wish never to have her or her children experience the horror of nuclear war. As a father, I want to leave a better world for the future generation. As a soldier, I know that is my duty. Metal Gear Ray is amphibious. Unlike the Army's Rex, it can cruise deep underwater, move in undetected, and make its landing on any shoreline. Its onboard Joint Tactical Information Distribution System identifies targets with unerring
Lights go
accuracy
out.
and takes them out with massive firepower. It is the ultimate weapon, and it is yours to guard.
These guys even looking
Like
at
you
they're
all
so
think
close to
about
the
what that
wall
means.
that they wouldn't be able to
You must be tense. Let's do a little stretching, shall we? Left. Front. Up.
up. Oh, there.
Down. Up. Right. Let's continue. This new model of Metal Gear is codenamed Ray, after the great Manta Ray. Our Ray has a sting that nature never gave the Manta. With this latest Metal Gear, we can rule the sea and land as we never have before. George Sears surrendered his presidency in the aftermath of Shadow Moses. The official reason given did not, of course, include the development of Metal Gear Rex and next-generation nuclear warheads. But even you will have heard rumors that he was forced to resign after the failed cover-up cost him his influence in the political community.
Make sure we don't step on this.
The Metal Gear Rex development on Shadow Moses was supposedly the first preparatory measure taken against the future possibility of reduced nuclear defense capability. NMD technology leaked to other nations would make that contingency likely. But if this theory is correct, it means that there was a calculated intent to cash in on this opportunity by specific interests within the military-industrial complex. We are here today to flush out and rid our country of these corrupting forces. That is our mission. You will bear that in mind. Metal Gear Ray is amphibious. Unlike the Army's Rex, it can cruise deep underwater, move in undetected and make its landing on any shoreline.
Okay.
I seem to be repeating myself.
Freeze.
Chalk it up to old age. The proliferation and development of Metal Gear technology are about to render agreements like the NPT and START obsolete.
Works.
There are also forces at work trying to exploit this disturbing trend to further their own power and influence. The human race is about to slide back into the endless arms race of that last century. And we cannot afford to play that Russian roulette again. The Metal Gear Ray you see is here to prevent that possibility. Let's stretch those neck muscles again. Right. Down. Up. Right. Up.
Snake, respond! Snake! Snake!
Plan. New plan. New plan. It is not the guys in the front. Information gathered.
Interference from a major player. But this project is vital to the
Not the
Marine
guys in
Corps.
the front.
The enemy is sometimes closer to home than you think, gentlemen. Always bear that in mind. Ours is not the only military project.
I shot him in the head. Should be asleep. I don't understand.
What's going on? Snake! Snake!
Because he's already like dozing off that he can I don't know.
Not to mention interference from a major player. But this project is vital to the Marine Corps. The enemy is sometimes closer to home than you think, gentlemen. Always bear that in mind. Ours is not the only military project devoted to Metal Gear
There we go.
development. But it
All right, now
cannot be
instead of
more
going
different
through
in
this
nature
door
from the
down here,
Navy's.
I'm going to.
Theirs is a program that will add fuel to the uncontrolled fire of nuclear proliferation. It is a fact that players in favor of such a policy are attempting to derail our own raid project. But I promise you that they will
I
not
actually need
succeed.
to crawl under this guy.
I have a daughter, and it is my greatest wish never to have her or her children.
Alright. We're getting
Metal Gear Ray is
both of these dudes.
unlike the Army's Rex, it can cruise deep underwater, move in undetected and make its landing on any shoreline. Its onboard Joint Tactical Information Distribution System identifies targets with unerring accuracy and takes them out with massive firepower. It is the ultimate weapon, and it is yours to guard. I'd like you all to think about what that means. This new model of Metal Gear is codenamed Ray, after the great Manta Ray. Our Ray has a sting that nature never gave the Manta. With this latest Metal Gear, we
Position.
can rule the sea and land as we never have before.
Them to turn face the other way. Guess I could do the whole run around here. Lure him over.
George Sears surrendered his presidency in the aftermath of Shadow Moses. The official reason given did not, of course, include the development of Metal Gear Rex and next-generation nuclear warheads.
Freeze. Freeze.
We have intelligence that there are
There
anti-Metal
we
Gear
go.
terrorists planning to target the ship.
Christopher. We got Christopher's dog tag. There's one more guy. One more guy.
Intruder to the right! Intruder to the left! Intruder in the back! Intruder to the left! Should that actually happen, I expect you to be prepared. We cannot and will not give up Ray. Stay on your guard at all times.
No? Oh. Wait a second.
Getting back to the topic at hand. But even you will have heard rumors that he was forced to resign after the failed cover-up costed his influence in the
Stuck here
political
for a while.
community. Ours is not the only military project devoted to Metal Gear development, but it cannot be more different in nature from the Navy's. Theirs is a program that will add fuel to the uncontrolled fire of nuclear proliferation. I seem to be repeating myself. Chalk it up to old age. The Metal Gear Rex development on Shadow Moses was supposedly the first preparatory measure taken against the future possibility of reduced nuclear defense capability.
Freeze.
And
Well, one of them saw me. I never checked this guy.
Snake, what's wrong?
It could be.
Snake! Snake!
Otherwise, it could be
not
You
to
know what?
mention interference from
other side of the room.
not to mention interference from a major player.
Well,
But this project is vital to the Marine Corps. The enemy is sometimes closer to home than you think, gentlemen.
this is the
Always
room.
bear that in mind.
Is there a guard on here?
Ours is not the only military project devoted to Metal Gear development.
Yes, that guy.
Cannot be more different in nature from the
That's
Navy's.
him then.
Theirs is a program that will add fuel to the uncontrolled fire of nuclear proliferation.
Guy.
It is a fact that players in favor of such a policy are attempting to derail our own race. I have a daughter, and it is my greatest wish never to have her or her children experience the horror of nuclear war. As a father, I want
Back
to leave
down,
a better
up,
world
around,
for the
left
future
and right.
generation. As a soldier,
So many
I know
directions.
that is my duty. Metal Gear Ray is amphibious. Unlike the Army's Rex, it can cruise deep underwater, move in undetected, and make its landing on any shoreline. Its onboard Joint Tactical Information Distribution System identifies targets with unerring accuracy and takes them out with massive firepower. It is the ultimate weapon, and it is used to guard. I'd like you all to think about what that means. This new model of Metal Gear is codenamed Ray, after the great Manta Ray. Our Ray has a sting that nature never gave the Manta. With this latest Metal Gear, we can rule the sea and land as we never have before. George Sears surrendered his presidency in the aftermath of Shadow Moses. The official reason given did not, of course, include the development of Metal Gear Rex and next-generation nuclear warheads. But even you will have heard rumors that he was forced to resign after the failed cover-up costed his influence in the political community.
What's going on? Snake!
My mind.
Snake!
Not to mention interference from a major player. But this project is vital to the Marine Corps. The enemy is sometimes closer to home than you think, gentlemen. Always bear that in mind.
Easier.
Ours is not the only military project devoted to Metal Gear development, but it cannot be more different in nature from the Navy's. It is a fact that players in favor of such a policy are attempting to derail our own Ray project. But I promise you that they will not succeed. I have a daughter, and it is my greatest wish never to have her or her children experience the horror of nuclear war. As a father, I want to leave a better world for the future generation.
Not gonna fall
As
for
a
it again.
soldier, I know that is my duty.
This guy.
Metal Gear Ray is amphibious. Unlike the Army's Rex, it can cruise deep underwater, move in undetected, and make its landing on any shoreline.
Stepped in front of the projector.
Snake, you okay?
How do you get
Snake?
that guy?
Snake!
Get that guy.
Not to mention interference from a major player. But this project is vital to the Marine Corps. The enemy is sometimes closer to home than you think, gentlemen. Always bear that in mind. Ours is not the only military project devoted to Metal Gear development, but it cannot be more different in nature from the Navy's. Theirs is a program. It is a fact that players in favor of such a policy are attempting to derail our own Ray project. But I promise you that they will not succeed. I have a daughter, and it is my greatest wish never to have her or her children experience the horror of nuclear war. As a father, I want to leave a better world for the future generation. As a soldier, I know that.
Freeze.
Metal Gear Ray is amphibious, unlike the Army's Rex.
Why? Why? It wasn't
Snake, what's
on
wrong?
that one.
Snake!
Not in front of him.
Snake!
Not to mention interference from a major player. But this project is vital to the Marine Corps.
If that
The
guard
enemy is sometimes
has...
closer to home than you think, gentlemen.
Okay,
Always
this is
bear
a
that
thought.
in mind.
If that guard does have a dog tag, that means that when he gets put to sleep...
Ours is not the only military project devoted to Metal Gear development, but it cannot be more different in nature from the Navy's. Theirs is a program that will add fuel to the uncontrolled fire of nuclear proliferation. It is a fact that players in favor of such a policy are attempting to derail our own Ray project. But I promise you that they will not succeed. I have a daughter, and it is my greatest wish never to have her or her children experience the horror of nuclear war. As a father, I want to leave a better world for the future generation. As a soldier,
He does have it.
I know that.
Wonderful.
Metal Gear Ray is amphibious, unlike the Army's Rex.
Snake, you okay? Snake!
I didn't
Snake!
pick it up. Does this mean it's gone? Does this mean it's gone? Didn't pick it up. Does this mean it's gone?
Not to mention interference from a major
We need to run
player.
through this again.
But this project is vital to the Marine Corps. The enemy is sometimes closer to home than you think, gentlemen. Always bear that in mind. Ours is not the only military project devoted to Metal Gear development, but it cannot be more different in nature from the Navy's. Theirs... It is a fact that players in favor of such a policy are attempting to derail our own Ray project.
Snake, you okay? Snake! Snake!
Not to mention interference from a major player. But this project is vital to the Marine Corps. The enemy is sometimes closer to home than you think, gentlemen. Always bear that in mind. Ours is not the only military project devoted to Metal Gear development, but it cannot be more different in nature from the Navy. It is a fact. Players in favor of such a policy are attempting to derail our own raid project. But I promise you that they will not succeed.
Who's
I have a
the hell's
daughter.
coming over here?
And it is my greatest wish never to have her or her children experience the horror of nuclear war. As a father, I want to leave a better world for the future generation. As a soldier, I know that is my duty. Metal Gear Ray is amphibious, unlike the Army.
Snake, you okay? Snake! Snake!
Not to mention interference from a major player. But this project is vital to the Marine Corps. The enemy is sometimes closer to home than you think, gentlemen. Always bear that in mind. Ours is not the only military project devoted to Metal Gear development, but it cannot be more different in nature from the Navy's. It is a fact. Players in favor of such a policy are attempting to derail our own raid project. But I promise you that they will not succeed. I have a daughter, and it is my greatest wish never to have her or her children experience the horror of nuclear war. As a father, I want to leave a better world for the future generation. As a soldier, I know that is my duty.
That's not who I wanted.
Snake, what's wrong? Snake! Snake!
That guy.
Not to mention
And I don't even know if like the dog tag will be there because it spawned.
But this project
And I
is
got caught
vital to the Marine
during
Corps.
it.
The enemy is sometimes closer to home than you think, gentlemen. Always bear that in mind. Ours is not the only military project devoted to Metal Gear development, but it cannot be more different in nature from the Navy's. Theirs is a program that will add... It is a fact. Players in favor of such a policy are attempting to derail our own raid project. But I promise you that they will not succeed. I have a daughter, and it is my greatest wish never to have her or her children experience the horror of nuclear war. As a father, I want to leave a better world for the future generation.
All right.
As a soldier, I know that is my duty. Metal Gear Ray is amphibious. Unlike the Army's Rex, it can cruise deep underwater, move in undetected and make its landing on any shoreline.
Freeze.
You must be tense. Let's do a little stretching, shall we? Left. Right.
Because they're doing the stretching thing, so now they're all just looking
Snake,
different
you
directions.
okay? Snake! Snake!
Not to mention interference from a major player. But this project is vital to the Marine Corps. The enemy is sometimes closer to home than you think, gentlemen. Always bear that in mind. Ours is not the only military project devoted to Metal Gear development, but it cannot be more different in nature from the Navy's. It is a fact. Players in favor of such a policy are attempting to derail our own raid
This
project.
guy's speech now.
But I promise you that they will not succeed.
Moved too early. Moved too early.
Snake, you okay? Snake!
I think
Snake!
what I have to do is what I did to get him to drop the dog tag. I think I just got to be neat. I think that
Not
was
to
it.
mention
I think
interference from a major
timing
player.
on that was
But
perfect.
this
I
project
just,
is vital to the Marine Corps.
if I press X
The
and he
enemy
gets
is
down,
sometimes closer to
then they
home
won't
than
see
you
me.
think, gentlemen.
Or, well, rather than I
Always
won't
bear
set
that in
off the
mind.
projector thing.
Ours is not the only military project devoted to Metal Gear development, but it cannot be more different in nature from the Navy's.
This is the one.
It is a fact
This is the one.
players in favor of such a policy are
And even
attempting
then,
to
I guess
derail our own raid
I'm
project.
hoping
But
that
I
the dog
promise
tag will be
you that they
there.
will not succeed. I have a daughter, and it is my greatest wish never to have her
timing.
or her children experience the horror of nuclear war. As a father, I want to leave a better world for the future generation. As a soldier, I know that is my duty. Metal Gear Ray is amphibious. Unlike the Army's Rex, it can cruise deep underwater, move in undetected
Freeze.
and make its landing on any shoreline.
Freeze.
Okay, this is how we do it, and he has a dog tag still. Christ.
You
Get
must
on
be
the
tense. Let's do a little stretching, shall we?
dog tag.
Left.
Finally, okay. That is all of the dog tags on normal.
Right. Up.
Hey, whatever. We need to be in the next room anyway. We got the dog
Snake,
tag.
you okay?
We're good.
Snake!
Okay.
Snake!
We are good. Good to roll.
Not to mention interference from a major
You take
player.
photos.
But this project is vital to the Marine Corps. The enemy is sometimes closer to home than you think, gentlemen. Always bear that in mind. Ours is not the only military project devoted to Metal Gear development. But it cannot be more different in nature from the Navy's. Theirs is a program that will add fuel to the uncontrolled fire of nuclear proliferation. It is a fact that players in favor of such a policy are attempting to derail our own raid project.
Photos.
But I promise you that they will not succeed. I have a daughter, and it is my greatest wish never to have her or her children experience the horror
See, I
of
wonder if you
nuclear
can
war.
get on top
As a
of it.
father, I want to leave a better world for the future generation. As a soldier, I know that is my duty. Metal Gear Ray is amphibious. Unlike the Army's Rex, it can cruise deep underwater, move in undetected and make its landing on any shoreline. Its onboard joint tactical information distribution system
No.
identifies targets with unerring accuracy and takes them out with
Forgot I
massive
never put that
firepower.
dude to sleep.
It is the ultimate weapon, and it is yours to guard. I'd like you all to think about what that means.
Good.
Oh, I'm really tempted to find out what happens when you shoot him. Alright, we should have all of the photos.
Looks like I have your photos now. Let's take a look. The first one I'm seeing is... Okay, that's good.
We, the Marines, will lead the...
We'll let this run through. We'll double check on the main menu to confirm that I got those dog tags, all of them. I should.
Show's
28 times. 25 of them had to have been from Het Room alone. Okay, whatever. Alright. Double check the dog tags. Fighter. Item obtained. Nice. And that was a trophy. Awesome. And so yeah, there is a trophy for playing through the whole game without raising an alert. We're just gonna use the stealth ammo or the stealth that thing we just got. But we're gonna have to do that on one of the last playthroughs on the plant chapter after we've unlocked it over there. That's awesome. I actually wasn't expecting to get a trophy. We're gonna take a break. I want to double check the dog tags, but we're gonna take a break. Dog tag view. %, of normal. Nice. Okay. We're gonna take a break. I will return in like 10 minutes or so. I'm gonna use the restroom, turn on the AC to cool this PS3 down. I'll be back. Give me about 10 minutes, maybe 15. Go make some lunch. Be right back. Okay, I am back, and I bring good news. I was a little curious about something because I thought I remembered a thing about this whole dog tag situation, and wanted to double check. Hey, was I actually right about this? Is this true? Answer is yes to my question. We do not need to play through the tanker chapter again. We only needed to play through essentially very easy, easy, and normal. We don't need to play through on hard or extreme for the sake of dog tags. So, we're not going to. We're going to actually begin our plant chapter run now. And I actually already have the ones on very easy. So we're going to play through it on easy, but we do have to do normal, hard, and extreme as well. So we don't have to actually do a European extreme run because that is, they share the same dog tags as extreme. But we are going to play through it on easy and get, we're not going to be able to finish that entire thing today, I don't think. But we are going to give a good start on easy here, kind of get used to it a little bit. There is more guards, obviously, and it is a longer thing overall, and has actual boss fights and whatnot, so we will see. Also nice is I will be able to sync that trophy we got with the Vita version of the game. Okay. So that little, it's supposed to be a chain link icon next to the 3 there. It's supposed to be. Okay, we're doing the plant chapter on E. Now we will have to do a playthrough of Anchor and Plant to do the total stealth trophy, and it'll be easiest just to do it on very easy as its own thing. But there's a chance we could be able to, try to do it on hard. It would involve playing through the tanker chapter again on hard. We won't need to get any dog tags, so it'll be quick and easy.
Snake, do you... You have...
Okay.
This is...
Very long.
The texture isn't far removed. The hat...
Right, I believe, if I remember correctly, we can grab an M9. There it is. We do get it right away. I love this effect. How do we... Oh, you know what we're gonna have to do? I guess we're doing it now. Everyone's favorite. This is a full plant thing, so yes, we are going to have to get our grip gauge up to 3. So get comfy. We're gonna be here a while. Actually, I have recorded footage of me doing this. Yeah, get comfy. I like how deep and dark that looks. Like, I know you can start swimming. And I wonder if it's just like an invisible barrier, or maybe there is a floor down there, and you know it's just too occluded. Essentially, we are doing these pull-ups over and over. I forget how many it is. I think, is it like 100 to level 2 and then 200 to level 3 or something? But each one of these we do makes an invisible counter tick up. After enough of them, your grip goes up to level 2 and level 3. I do not know if the game ever tells you this within like the within the fiction of like the codec calls and whatnot. I did once get this grip gauge all the way up with Snake in the Tanker chapter. It's not as easy as doing it here with Raiden, because if you fall, you're just in the water and just swim back up, right? Climb out of the pool, so to speak. But with Snake, you have to, I did it on the outside. There are technically guards still around because they're sleeping, and so I forget if there was a spot where I could do it safely. But still, it was like, well, if you fall down, you're gonna have to like take out a guard and then run back up the ladder, stairs, or whatever. Yeah, I don't know if any of these guards require this grip gauge, be at 3 or max health, but I want to do it anyway. There is a trophy for it. I think there is a trophy for it. We're also going to have to be saving. Forgot about that. I know it looks like we're doing absolutely nothing here. But eventually, we will get a call, the codec, and congrats, you are now grip level 2. And then we do this again, for at least as long. If not, it might be longer. And they say, congrats, your grip gauge is level 3. And that's it. Bar also changes colors too. It goes purple and then to orange. Or orange then to purple. Always like the gradient in the life bar. And how you do this, by the way, is literally by pulling down both triggers. Here we go. Level 2. It's how to load in this conversation.
Raiden, your grip has gotten stronger. Guess your hard work has paid off.
Now they're gonna yell at you like, get moving.
Raiden, you should be...
You should be used to the controls by now. Actually play the game. And so you might notice it depletes slower. That's the whole idea. As long as he is let go for at least a millisecond, he has all of his stamina back. Yeah, I would love another Metal Gear that's in this style. Really would. Like 3 is the best Metal Gear Solid. I would put it is the best PS2 game. And I would definitely say it's in the top 5 video games overall. But there is something to the very mechanical nature of the top-down-ness of this particular game. That even Metal Gear Solid 3, the initial PS2 version, just the original Snake Eater version, was top-down, but like extra mechanics to that changed. How you interacted with the environment, and just there's a very... and because this is all indoors, there's a very orthogonal like approach to level design and guard behavior and just the way the mechanics with lockers and all that stuff interact. It's neat. It's neat. And it's a shame no one's just ripped this off. Like, there have been other top-down stealth games, don't get me wrong. Volumes 1, Marvelous Mistake is another. Although I never played that one, so I don't really know for a fact. But those are the two that come to mind. There's been other top-down stealth games, but none that are like as mechanically dense as this game. This 2001 game. This game, which turns 25 next year. PlayStation 2 turns 25 this... I think it actually already did, right? It released in Japan in like May of 2000, right? And it came to the States in November. We had gotten our PS2 either like... We got it before all of the big games in 2001 had come out. So before GTA, before Final Fantasy, before this game, before Silent Hill 2, Jak and Daxter was December, definitely before that. Because like the games we got at the time were Tekken Tag, rented and then purchased, I believe. Or just straight up bought. My copy is used. But we got it, like, with the system. Yeah, the only games I can remember are early, like, launch week. Well, not week, but launch, like, era. 2000, essentially, PS2 game. When was Klonoa 2? When did Klonoa 2 release? Because that was one I definitely played before Jak and Daxter, Final Fantasy X, for this game. I believe we had also rented... I don't know if we had rented Ridge Racer 5. But we definitely had Gran Turismo 3. And I know we had rented, even though I never played it. I only ever saw like the box art. And I didn't know what it was until many years later. But the Ridge Racer spin-off, Racing Revolution, I bought it recently. I was like, oh, that was that game with the racer ladies on the cover. The hot racer lady. What was that game? That dawned on me one time, looking through the Ridge Racer. I was like, oh, there was a spin-off that was like trying to be more of a sim racer. I think it had. I've never actually booted it up. I would like to try it at some point. I bought it for a reason. I think it actually had licensed cars. Because Ridge Racer's whole thing was it didn't have licensed. It was its own vehicles, and they were all cool. All right, grip
Right,
level 3.
your grip went up again.
Sweet. All right, let's get this M9. To get in there. Just like no. Not what I wanted to do. Sweet. We get the M9 here because it's nice to have, but also because the next room has 2 guys and they are only there. Be a ration. Okay. I think it's funny to be using the scope with the, before we take the helmet off. Alright, there are 2 guys here. They are missable. I'm gonna save. And save it. Rosemary up. I thought I also remember her being in the grip gauge thing. Like, oh, your hard work has paid off. But I think it doesn't do that because we haven't been introduced to her yet. That would be a neat detail. But it is also, if they didn't do that, it would be considered an oversight. Or like, oh, they made a mistake. Right, the node. That's how we get the map right away. The Soliton radar isn't like the thing until we activate the nodes, right? Say nerd. Ethan, okay. Sure. I remember once clicking this and going back to the title screen and I hadn't saved. It is so annoying. Where we get introduced to Rosemary.
Good work.
Now we're saving.
What's up,
We are saving.
Hang in there.
I guess it's been too early. No, 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 no. I hit X.
See?
I know this is the point, is to overload you with all of these calls. Come on, take the thing.
Who is that?
Motherfucker.
It's the enemy. I need help.
Cannot spare any backup. Target without additional assistance.
Move! Move! Clear! Move!
This is still cool though.
Clear! Clear! Clear!
Not doing that great of a job, all things considered, because they aren't really checking everywhere and they're checking the same spots.
Return your positions. Tighten security. Stay on the lookout.
Glad I saved before this.
Stay sharp.
Oh, he's just gonna see.
Freeze!
Perfect. Hey, Emiko. Television Emiko. That one.
Freeze! Huh?
A
Don't
lot
kill
more
me.
open space in the plant chapter to do this. And Terry. Okay. Very, very happy to learn that we don't need to do hard or extreme on the tanker chapter at all. Very happy with it. We are skipping all the cutscenes again. We're skipping them all.
Colonel,
Not going to be getting
I'm
all of
on the
them.
roof. There are...
First, get to a node.
There is a guard that does appear here later. Also be a jackass. Huh? Shoot the seagulls. Will eventually, I think Rose calls you and yells at you.
Raiden.
I'll go check the roof. I'll leave the first.
Yep, so that's the guy. We're gonna go back up and get him. Not much of a reason to go back this way. I get him now. Oh.
Freeze!
Jacqueline. Okay. We'll head back down there. Get the node, get those other two guys. Actually, there's just one guy. Another guy appears later after the Fortune boss fight, according to this.
Freeze!
What's this call about?
Got one, I see. Don't leave him lying around.
Fair enough. Oh, we got that dog tag, right? I'm gonna mark it off. Not paying attention. Alright, maybe connecting bridge.
Raiden, watch out.
around. Those grates make noise.
Freeze!
Guy. William R. Hey, we found R. Kelly. Oh, look at us. Who knew he would be here?
Freeze! Don't kill me.
Okay. Okay. Let's save. On. It's been 3 hours. Maybe we call
Jack, is that you?
it. Call it.
Jack,
Yeah, we're gonna call it. Thanks for watching. Next week, that's right, starts tomorrow. A whole bunch of PlayStation 3 games throughout the entire summer. The next week itself is a 5-stream week. Number 5. The first and only 4 Wonderbook games. Tomorrow, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. And then on Wednesday will be the Eye of Judgment. All part of this summer PS3 thing I wanted to get going. But yes, those streams are going to be at 10 a.m. or noon. But they're on the channel probably already. So check it out, like, subscribe, share. Thank you guys for watching. Next Sunday will be the next trophy hunting stream, and that will be Final Fantasy III. And the Sunday after that will be Kingdom Hearts 2. The Sunday after that, we will return to this game, where we will complete this playthrough. We might actually get the cameras, shooting out the cameras. I have a feeling we're close to 15. Anyway, we'll probably get a trophy next time. I'm glad we got a trophy this time. And we'll get even more trophies in the future. Thank you all for watching. Take care of yourselves. And goodbye.